good, heathens? Listen, this is Courtney, and we are back again with another review of Pussy Valley, P Valley. Season 1, episode 3, y'all. Higher fucking ground. Okay, y'all. Let's get started. I'm sorry. Okay. With episode 3, what do we have? Um, we got enough going on. We got some sponsorships that's wanting to go down. We have somebody taking Uncle Clifford advice and go checking out DJ Never Scared. What else? We got some almost extramarital affair, almost, but let's be real. It was almost in the flesh. It had, it first happened over the phone and all that. Rah, 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 rah. We got still more of a trifling ass mammy. And we got other stuff. We got other craziness going on. Alright, we start off the episode with this. Mercedes and Coach. Now, Mercedes, she doing her private thing with the coach and everything, because the coach come all the way from Memphis to get some of that Mercedes experience. And all the time he did, he basically saying, baby, you need me to take you away from, let me take care of you, and all this stuff. Mind you, the coach is married. So, he talking all that good game and all that stuff like that. And she's like, I don't know about that. They are talking shit to each other and everything. And, she's like, if you trying to sponsor me or take care of me, she said, trust the plus, you won't be able to afford me. Cause mind you, we know what Mercedes is trying to do. She's trying to get her gym together and all that stuff, cause she wants her daughter. She wants her daughter back, y'all. So yeah, that's what she's doing. So when that happened, she leaves Coach and he's like dazed, if you will. He's like mesmerized and all that by the genie bottle booty that is motherfucking Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now we go to Fenty. You know what I'm saying? Haley Fenty. I forgot what I was calling her the past couple other two reviews and everything. She trying on wigs. Now we gonna see in everything that yes, sis probably say she ain't had no money, but Ho had money and all that stuff. And so you're gonna see for the long in the season her using these specific wigs that she has on. So she up in a hairstyle with Gidget. And Gidget show her this blonde wig. So Hunger got blonde. It's something about blonde wigs. I don't know what it is. Blonde wigs, it just activate Harlot and all that stuff like that. It's like an activation button of Harlot. And honestly, you do all kind of crazy stuff and everything. So doing this, what's going on? We got Andre. He doing his thing, doing his job and everything, escaping the land and all this stuff, trying to steal property out for other motherfuckers, noses and all that shit. And we go to Haley and we realize that sis got a drinking problem. Now, mind you, she is dealing with grief. She's dealing with grief and she is on, I'm just gonna go and say, she on the run and she dealing with grief and all that stuff like that. So she's at the strip club doing slow rolling ass stripping thing. Halfway twerking her ass and everything, but she a light bright, so she can get away with it. So that she gonna still get that bank and all that stuff like that. But regardless, she's drinking, and you gonna see this whole episode that basically that's what she does. She drinks, and it's gonna get her down there getting her ass jumped. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna lead to that. Now, I'm trying to think. Should I just go on with her storyline? Or what? Now, ever since, she let it, Haley let it be known, let Uncle Clifford know about the whole casino thing. Uncle Clifford like, listen, you gonna give me the tea about what's going on about this casino. And so, he waving her ID from like, if you can't give me no tea, you ain't gonna get this ID. So that right there, while she's staring at that ID like it's a piece of neck bone, we're gonna see that's gonna be the driving force of her, what she need to do to get the information that is needed so she could get her shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna go to Isaiah Washington's character, the Murrah, Boss Hall Murrah, and all that stuff. And we see him giving out liberations and everything to the ground, to the gods, Obala, Ogun. Okay, peep game. Andre and his goddaddy, they got issues. You know what I'm saying? Andre is like, basically sucking the white man's dick and all that stuff to get whatever, and all that stuff like that. And Andre is dealing with let's see, what can I say, like new school rules, even though his godfather is dealing with old school rules. It's certain ways that you deal with certain business folks, especially white folks, rich white folks down here in the South. You know what I'm saying? It's certain hands you gotta grease and all that stuff to get. You gotta do something to get something, if you will. And Andre, he feeling some kind of way about it, and he's trying to check his goddaddy, but his goddaddy checked him like, nigga, I pay for your goddamn, I pay for your college education, bro. He said, you gonna look down on me? You gonna judge me, nigga? You know. So there's that. Okay, here's the thing. Now we go to a scene where there's Big L and Diamond talking everything. I just look at Diamond and I was like, oh, you so goddamn gorgeous. But I think in the beginning they were basically showing us, it was showing tidbits to us in the first season and everything, that Diamond, he's a special kind of man. Despite him being a Marine and all that stuff like that, it is like he just knows shit and he senses shit and he sees stuff. You get what I'm saying? Just like when he was looking at Haley, and after Big L talking about, you need anything, like you don't need an escort and everything to take you home and all this stuff, and Diamond was like looking at her, he like, nah, she's good, like that. It's just like he got that, he could see through the veil or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I might be just overlooking it, and I might just be just like, Courtney, you just run your goddamn mouth just to run and everything. But being that, once you, if you watch the second season, you kind of trying to put two and two together, you kind of see, you see the tidbits, the breadcrumbs that lead to the big meal or lead to the trap one. You get me? Now, Haley and Synthetic Obama, they at the diner and all that stuff like that, right? And they talking, chit chat, woo 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 woo. This is an emotional affair that homeboy get with this woman, and be honest, that's probably worse than a darn physical. You know what I'm saying? Cause you could tell how he looking at this hoe. He all googly eyes and all that stuff like that. That he don't feel a little that bitch. As soon as he busted that first nut, he felt a little that girl. He did. So she start bringing up about the whole. They bring up about his wife. That on the weekends he go to Atlanta, check on his wife. And then she bring up the whole thing with the whole casino. And he tell her to hush because don't nobody know about it because it's supposed to be secret. Because they're trying to find a way to work it that the public won't have to vote on it. Because if the people vote on it, they're going to vote no. Everybody in there Baba thumpers. So there's that. Now this elder tells him about the mounds. And he gets this old story, folks tale about the two Choctaw brothers and everything. I liked the story and everything. That was straight. That was cool and all that. I don't know was that a true story or what that like if it was just added for ambiance and everything, or was it a true story? If anybody know, let me know down below if it was. Now they little date or whatever get cut short and all that stuff because the girls come in, Mercedes and Keyshawn and Gidget and all that stuff like that. They cut the date short and all that stuff, but they decide they're gonna do another date. Haley and Synthetic Obama are going at the mounds and stuff like that. Now let me tell you about my queen, my goddess. Uncle Clifford, bitch. Uncle Clifford go and visit Corbin. Corbin is on the tractor in the cotton field and all this stuff. Let me tell you something about Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford is giving Gone with the Wind, Grace, Reba. What's her name? Reba. God dang, I don't forgot the woman's name. But he giving me straight up old antebellum type of whole tease and everything. With that little red get up and her. He looks so good. I want this outfit. So he goes to ask Corbin about what the hell's going on about this land at the casino and all that stuff. And Corbin basically told him about, my brothers want to sell. They done went through their whole inheritance. But I'm like, we're going to lease it. We can make money. We can make $10 million instead of $6 million. And so with Clifford like, his strip club is going to be across the street from this casino. He like, money. That's all on his mind and everything. But if you look at Corbin, you can look and see how he looking and all that stuff. He feels some kind of way because, to be honest, he ain't even thinking about Cliff in that casino. Which is surprising, being that, you get your fix out the casino and everything. But that's to go to show you how your trifling ass is and all that stuff. He doing a whole lot trying to prove himself to his white side of the family and everything and all that. But, whatever. But being that, Clifford is the motherfucker that been had your back ever since y'all little ass motherfucking kids. Just saying. But they still like Ken. It just seems weird. Like see, I ain't finna put this out there. Yes, I am. Why is it like it's like a attraction going on, like a latent attraction going on, all that stuff like that? It just seems like that, and I might be wrong. And here we finna jump to season 3. Listen, I want to see something about that because it just seems like it is, and I want to see how Lil Murder gonna react if he get in front of them two and peep it. Cause Lil Murder ain't dumb. Little Murder is smart as the fuck and everything, and he's empath and all this stuff. He can figure out what, like, now he'll probably try to kill Corbin. Okay, so we're gonna I just felt like that. I just like, is there some type of attraction going on? Yee. You know what I'm saying? Seems weird. But we get to y'all do know how much I can't stand Patrice. So Patrice, she wants to be a pastor. She wants to be a pastor and everything. She want to show her proof and everything. Now the church that she at, that's that old school shit. Let me tell you something. It was when I was going to church on the regular when I was growing up. I give it to my parents and all that stuff. My folks who I was raised with. They never really made it mandatory for my ass to go to church. It was never mandatory. You know what I'm saying? I knew about God and all that stuff and everything. I knew about it. I had grandparents. My grandfather went all the time and all that stuff. My grandfather was probably the closest thing to a true Christian. And when I mean true Christian, I mean a good Christian. So anybody that don't live up to him is always going to be less than to me. It just is what it is. But with her, she's dealing with old school shit. That misogyny ass shit that basically said that women ain't supposed to be behind the pulpit. That's what she fighting against, is Patrice. And I always wondered with that, and it always had me side-eyeing my church and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up. Because, the men supposed to be behind the pulpit, this, the yada, 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 yada. And all that stuff. But I'm like, but if a woman got a message from God and everything, I really don't see the point why she can't be included. Why she can't sit behind the pulpit and everything and tell the truth and all that stuff. But that was that shit that pissed me off and all that stuff. Now Mercedes going to see about her months. She want her month and everything, $20,000, which I'm still trying to figure out. Listen, Mercedes, regardless of your mama being trifling ass bitch, I get that you love her. And I get regardless of all the stuff that she done did you wrong and everything, you really only thing you wanted was her love and affection and all. But ain't no way I let that hoe keep $20,000 of my money in the bank. I'm like, girl, you got a house. I'm quite sure you got a checking account. You couldn't put that money up in your checking account and save. Like, don't you know how your mammy is? And then, like, the trifling ass pastor and all that stuff like that. You want to talk all this shit, Holy Ghost and Bible fed and all that stuff like that. But you hounding Patrice every 5 minutes about some tags. But then you gonna let some of your the other elders of the church talk slick about this girl. Middle finger to all of y'all. Ugh. And all that stuff. But if it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't have gotten along. Y'all wouldn't have gotten approved. If it wasn't for her, your building fund to be dust ass, dry, whatever the hell. Just saying. So that's that mess. Now, Mercedes, besides being the baddest bitch ever on in the pink and everything, she has her own majorette team. And the majorettes, they teenagers. They are motherfucking teenagers. And teenagers gonna do what teenagers do. Hormones, rah rah rah. Them bitches got twerking videos. And Mercedes is acting a fool. She can't stand it. And the thing about it is what's so funny is, now man, she'll cuss from everybody else, but she ain't gonna cuss from the kids. So she saying, doggone it, all this F mess and everything. And I just be cracking up and all that. And she be funny. And her Terica be going there. Terica be trying to come with a slick. Terica, it don't work, sweetie. It don't. Your mama's mouth is slick. Slick. Very freaking slick. So we head out to the Pink, and they're getting ready to practice and all that stuff. Gidget. Then there's Miss Mississippi, and there's Mercedes. Now we're gonna let's talk about Miss Mississippi, the baby doll, the fairy tale princess. She is her baby daddy is beating her ass. Beating her ass on the freaking rockler. And every time she come to work with bruises and things of that nature, she always says she failed. She got 2 kids by this trifling son bitch. Now, while they was doing a routine on the pole, one of her arms is sore, whatever, bruised her real bad. So they had to stop. She went in the back, talking about, I gotta go fill my water. And everybody know that nigga beating her ass. Everybody know. But here's the thing, like, especially when dealing with domestic violence, you could get in, butt in, and do all that. 9 times out of 10, it still won't change nothing. The survivor, the victim, got to be ready to leave. And I done heard plenty of horror stories where somebody had tried to save the victim and they end up in the hospital a dead one. Now, she goes in the kitchen part of the Pink, and there go Diamond. Diamond is always seems to be near. He always seems to be near. Diamond's in love with Mississippi. He loves that motherfucker. And when I tell you this right here is the second greatest love story of all time, is these 2 right here. I'ma stand for Uncle Murder and everything, but this right here, Keyshawn and Diamond, y'all, we gotta think of a name for him. Cause he all googly eyes and everything. And why he do this concoction, basically cracked black peppercorns and alcohol, what it does is it draws out the inflammation out your skin, out your muscles and all that stuff like that. So while he holding her arms and all that stuff, and he looking down at her beautiful big brown eyes, and she looking up at his dark, I ain't gonna say cold. He do look like he got some dead ass, but nigga dealing with PTSD and all that shit like that. But his eyes is burned to her soul and all that stuff, and it seems like they getting closer and shit, bitch. And then he asked her, so when are you gonna stop? And she looked, what? stop falling. And I like to slid out the bed. I said, oh my God, that is straight up romance novel shit. And it's a couple of times that see it look like they're gonna kiss y'all. And it gets interrupted and then I get pissed. Yeah. So there's that happen. Now, Miss Mississippi does, you could basically say she does the advertisement for the prank. Because she's always on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or whatever, doing her woo-woo-woo and all that stuff like that. And while she's doing that, there go Haley, old drunk ass, and all that stuff. And Miss Mississippi has a kid, has her youngest baby there, and stuff like that. And let me tell you about how the prank is a family, because they all take turns watching the baby, watching little Regal, and all this stuff like that. And something happens that Haley has to hold the baby, and then Haley start having flashbacks. You start seeing these flashbacks with her running to the car. It's a whole lot of water, and she has a child in her hand. But as we know, there's no child to be found right now. So yeah, there's that. So you can you can put two and two together with that. Now we starting off at the prank and everything. It's showtime, y'all. So we got the Trinity. The Trinity is Mercedes, Miss Mississippi, and Gidget, and all this stuff. When I tell you they show off and all this stuff, they go the freaking off. Gidget's so corny. She corny as hell. I love Gidget and all that stuff like that. You can see the different dance styles of each. You know what I'm saying? Mercedes is a volcano. She a volcano and everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, Gidget is more gymnastic type like. You know what I'm saying? Like she could do on double bars or some shit like that and everything. Miss Mississippi is a subtle mixture of both, but to be honest, she remind me of a ballerina. She's like a ballerina with her shit. So there's them different ones. Now, why they doing that? Haley drunk ass in the background watching and all that stuff. And Haley decides, well, she gonna get up on there and get something to whatever. Haley drunk, y'all. She is drunk. Nah. Haley goes up on stage and shit, yeah. With her drunk ass. She done stumble a couple times. Clipper said, oh Lord, the yellow bitches. Get this yellow bitch over there. Why did you fail? And then she got on Mercedes Paul. And all that stuff like that. There go that. I'm gonna tell you what was the funniest shit. Bitch fell, right? And you hear somebody in the background, that's alright, baby, that's alright, you good. I was like, wait a minute. And so it gets to the point that Mercedes like, what the hell you doing, bitch? And so she get up there like, what's going on? What you doing? Why you up here? What's going on? And so it's like, it kind of shows like a routine and everything. And trust the plus, the hard legs in that crowd is loving every bit of it. And Mercedes feels some kind of way, hell no, you ain't finna do. Next thing you know, it's all kind of crazy. This homegirl falls again. Then Mercedes jump on her. They start almost catfight, and then Mercedes and they start riding her and shit like that. And it just, the club go wild, and Clifford trying to keep up with him and everything, trying to keep up with him, giving commentary, girl. It's crazy as the hell. Now, at the end of that routine, she go back and basically threaten her life. Said, bitch, you take your drunk ass on my pole again, I'm gonna beat the brakes off of you. Beat the brakes off of you. And Haley, get some AA. You need to stop drinking, hoe. You need to stop drinking. Cause this ain't doing it for you, baby. So we get to Lamurda goes and takes his wife's advice and go find DJ Never Scared. So he goes to DJ Never Scared school. Now, I had asked this question. I think it was last video I had dropped. Is this boy in high school? I think he in high school. DJ Never Scared in high school. So DJ Never Scared mama and them mama and uncle know each other. So he picks him up and has DJ Never Scared listen to his first rendition of Falling. And so he listened to it and everything and basically break it down and tell him what's going on and all that stuff. Don't ask me to repeat it because I got confused for a couple seconds. But as we know, the finished product is everything. That finished product is every freaking thing, y'all. So don't worry, we'll go there. Nah, I think the way it's looking like, I think that everybody know each other. Cause I don't know, it just seems like they, everybody know each other, whatnot. Cause DJ Never Scared talking about, well, come on, my mama cooking something and everything, and little murder talking trash and everything, man. Your mama like me, right? We're gonna I'm being new stepdaddy and shit like that. It's funny. It's some funny shit. Haley and Synthetic Obama goes on a date. They go on the mounds and they up and talking and stuff like that. And he basically talking about like when he was when he was a little kid, his grandma took it to it was paradise. And then Haley kind of gets on his ass about the whole casino, like how is it gonna benefit the people of Chocolisa? Cause it seems like it will only benefit the people that really gonna make a profit off of it and stuff like that. Like, okay, say in a small town that's barely on life support. And so there's all this land, and this company comes and basically starts snatching shit. Now, that town, education is shit. Crime is woo. The property level is ridiculous, and yeah. So if a casino come and set up shop, the people that stay there, they be like, oh, here's jobs. But if them same people try to apply for jobs and they not qualified for this, so who does it really benefit? You know what I'm saying? So I guess it go along the lines of that mess. That's just me spitting shit. Haley and Synthetic Obama go back to his hotel and they get ready do. They get ready to bust nuts or whatever, sort of kinda. Haley is basically seducing this nigga. Now I said earlier that this girl is nothing but a succubus and all that stuff, and it shows. It really does show. So Obama's getting ready to risk it all. Obama, listen, nigga, like, ain't you got what about Brittany? What about your wife? You don't even fucking care. So they getting ready to do whatever now, man. You hated her already peeped out the damn laptop and all that stuff like that. And she's like, condom. And they're like, oh, condom. He ain't got one. He supposed to be married. He ain't supposed to be doing things like that. So he got to run off and get a condom. And while he's gone, she all up in his laptop, downloading stuff, getting all kind of information and all that stuff and everything of that damn nature. He comes back. She done chucked the deuces, but he sees that she done went through his whole fucking laptop, bitch. Nah. So, Haley comes back and all that stuff to the club. Uncle Murder. Yeah, I said Uncle Murder. Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford is outside waiting on DJ Never Scared. DJ Never Scared late. Now, mind you, DJ Never Scared was with Lil Murder. And so, we see is this the 4th chapter or the 5th? Let's just say the 4th and a half chapter of the greatest love story that was ever produced and written and put on television. We get a scene with our couple. So, DJ Never Scared runs out and all that stuff, and Uncle Clifford looking like, wait a minute, when has your mama ever drove a hoopty? And it's Lil Murder. Lil Murder leaning out the car. She said, oh, hey, you ain't coming in? And he looking at her up and down. He appreciating the outfit she got on because she looking badass. She looking good. And he said, nah, shorty, not tonight. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I spaz over them. They my couple, y'all. They are my member for couple. So he leaves and everything, and that's basically it. That's the end of their chapter 4.5 or 4, the greatest love story ever created. Tara could keep doing shit, and I'm surprised it didn't drive Mercedes' blood pressure all the way up. They doing parties at her house, And they posted on Instagram. And Mercedes like, I know good goddamn well. Mercedes leaves the club and roll up and everything and basically kick out everybody, checks Terica, and here comes Shell. Shell is Mercedes' dead baby daddy's wife, well, widow. And she's basically raising Terica. Shell has a problem. Shell is an alcoholic. So you're gonna see for a long and later on in this season, and especially the second season, you're gonna see her dealing with drunk as the fuck. And so Shell basically says that, I gotta get Terica back on the up and up again. She too worried about her body and all that stuff, so she can't do dance no more. Now, mind you, dancing is the only way Mercedes is able to see her. That's the only way she could see her and stuff like that. But Mercedes really can't say anything because Shell got custody of Terica. So there's that sad thing. That's that sad shit right there. Now we get to Haley that came back to the club and basically gave Uncle Clifford all the tea. Land appraisals, prices, who gonna get what, what's what, and basically showing the blueprints of the casino, but we don't see the paint nowhere in that equation. Nowhere. Haley did what she had to do. Give me her ID. So Uncle Clifford had to cop up the ID. Now, Haley like, do you know what I had to do to get? I said, bitch, regardless of what you had to do what you had to do, the whole you want is still fuck him now, bitch. Come on, bro. Andre calls. And Haley's like, oh my God, he's calling. So Uncle Clifford gets her phone, texts it, and all that stuff, and basically said, come to Paradise Room, your password is apples. Like that. Andre comes to Paradise Room, and he think it's Haley sitting in the chair, because the back of the chair is facing him. And all that stuff. No, it's Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford went and snatched Haley's wig and all that shit, bro. And so she's like, yeah, you finna tell me some more tea, bitch. Now Andre acted all hard. He held up good. He held up good and everything. There was a couple shots he slung Uncle Clifford, kind of woo and all that stuff like that. But in all, Uncle Clifford still got one card in his play. Well, two. Haley. And also the fact that he knows that Andre is cheating on his wife. And also being that he know about the casino, it ain't gonna take long for everybody to know about the casino. So Andre leaves, he warns his fucking godfather and all that. He's like, Daddy, shit about to hit the fan. Clifford know what's going on, we in trouble. That's exactly how he sounded on the phone, because he sounded like he was about to cry. He did. He sounded like he was going to cry. Now, while all this was going on, Miss Mississippi was listening to the whole thing. And I'm trying to figure out, bitch, how is you listening to the whole spiel? Because, like, some of the strippers got regulars. One of Miss Mississippi regulars is a anesthesiologist who basically watches her sleep while he's slaying money at her. What kind of job is that? I need a job. I want a job like that. Give me a job I want a job like that. Shit. So she hears everything. Now we get to the end. Haley's at I guess their version of MoneyGram or some shit. And she used the Lakeisha Savage ID. And she go pick up this nine grand. And she looks off to the camera and winks. Now throughout this show, you're gonna see that they're gonna be breaking the fourth wall. And that's the end. That's it, y'all. I'm sorry this review was kind of long or whatever. And I hope I didn't veer off too much and all that stuff like that. But yeah, y'all. That's it. Like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Tell me what was your favorite scene of the episode. And I'm trying to think what else. I don't know what else. And also, give me your thoughts about the whole about this show introducing the Orishas. and like African traditional religions, and the thing with like with the church, what's going on with the church and all that. Just let me know. Y'all be good. Bye.